Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Money Journey with Diego. I decided to make this channel because I've been motivated by a lot of other channels that I've been watching on YouTube, so I thought I would start my own. So this video is going to be my debt confession. It's about over $40,000 in debt. I know it's a lot of money. I kind of wanted to start this journey in the beginning of the year. I did start this journey in the beginning of the year, but I wanted to start recording in the beginning of the year, but I didn't get to until now. Finally decided to start. So I'll go ahead and show you what kind of debt I have and how it happened and how it's affecting me and what I plan on doing to pay this off and reach financial freedom. So I'll go ahead and start here. As you can see, I have this sheet on here. I made a Google sheet, call it 2025 budget. And in this sheet, I have every month, January through December. This is helping me budget and helping me focus towards paying off that debt. So here, Capital One, I paid that off this year. So that's currently 0. My Wells Fargo credit card, that one, my credit limit is $3,300, and I currently owe $1,784.82. My monthly payment amount for that is $121. My Capital One, I paid that off this year. I owe 0. My American Eagle credit card, I owe 0. Credit Ninja, this is a really high interest loan that I just stopped paying because I couldn't pay them, and my debt with them the last time that I checked was $2,403.68. My Best Buy, I paid that off, 0. I owe 0. Westlake, so I'll talk about Westlake. So last year I ended up getting into a car accident. This lady ran the red light and she crashed into me and totaled my car. And when that happened, I was paying Ally Financial. So Ally Financial, they had paused my payments during COVID. They had paused my payments for a few months. So when this accident happened, they ended up totaling my car, and the gap insurance didn't want to cover the remaining balance. So I was stuck with paying the remaining balance after my car was totaled, which was about $4,000 something. But I've gotten that down to $1,389, so I'm almost done paying them. But Westlake, I had to get another car. So since my car was totaled, I looked for another car. Nobody wanted to lend me since I still had the other car in my name. It was hard getting a loan. I ended up having to borrow from my sister to pay a down payment to be able to get another car. And the car that I got now, it's a used car. Ended up coming out to like almost $7,000. And that one, I'm currently at $4,116 that I still owe on that. And I have my aunt. It's a loan with credit union, $1,807.94. Century FS, this was a plan that I was on to pay off debt. So this amount has changed. I stopped paying with them. I'm no longer going through them, but I would like to, as soon as I pay off these other lower debts first, because I have other debts that I still owe that I just stopped paying completely. These that you see on here are some that I'm still paying. But I still wanted to leave that on there because I wanted to show like the overall of what I owe. Salary finance. This is a loan that I got from work, and that loan was $10,000. So every paycheck, every 2 weeks, they're deducting from my paycheck, and I'm making a payment of $173.92 towards this. It says 0 right here because I'm not using my what the remaining amount from my check to pay this, it's just being deducted. So it's happened before I receive my check, but I still have it on here so I can keep track of how of of how it's going down. And the IRS, I owe the IRS. I owe them 3 years, 2021, 2022, and 2023. So the reason that I owe is because for COVID, they had sent the stimulus checks, and I wasn't aware that with receiving those stimulus checks, I had to pay that back. So that caused me to owe them. And then the next year, since I was still in debt, it was hard to pay off 2022, and same with 2023. I just didn't have the money to pay it. They said I made too much, but in reality, most of the money that I made went to debt and other stuff. But I'm doing good. I'm paying them off. I currently have a payment plan with them of $79, and so yeah, that's my current plan with them. And as we mentioned, Ally Financial, I'm paying them $373.50 every month. I'm down to $1,389.30. So I'm hoping to pay this off in the next few months. And this CashNet, same as Credit Ninja, another high interest loan that I just completely stopped paying. And the last time that I checked, I owed $1,509.14. But I'm currently not paying that since I'm focusing on these other debts first. My Navy Federal, this is my credit card with Navy Federal. I currently do not owe them. The Navy Federal is actually one of my lowest credit cards that I have. So I currently have a $500 credit limit. I'm hoping I can get that increased so I can transfer my Wells Fargo balance to it and be able to pay that off quicker, since my Wells Fargo credit card is at 29.99% interest rate. It's super high. My Wells Fargo Flex loan, this is a loan through Wells Fargo that they provide. The reason that I got this is because it was a quick loan. The interest is way lower. Comes out to like about 5% APY. And yeah, so I borrowed $500. I'm paying $130 every month for 4 months. So I'm only paying about 20. Okay, sorry for that interruption. Google logged me out. So yeah, as I was saying, this Wells Fargo Flex loan, low interest, it comes out to about 5%. And I got a $500 loan with them, and I'm paying them off, paying $130 every month for 4 months until it's paid off. So it's really short. If I'm eligible again, I'm gonna get it again. That's just so I can use that money to pay off some of these higher interest loans, because they're killing me. And then I have another one down here, Spot Loan, same thing as Credit Ninja and CashNet. I just stopped paying completely because the interest was too high. I felt like I was never paying them. So last time I checked, I owed them $671.27. It's probably a lot more because I haven't paid them. And yeah, so this is my budget sheet. I use this here's the top. I use this to track my progress. So we have here my paycheck, and I have the date on here, and then I have these check boxes. So these check boxes, I created this sheet so that whenever you click on this checkbox, it either adds or subtracts to this current balance. So this balance that you see here is a rollover of what I have from last month, which is $1,372.51. So yeah, that's how that works. And I have the date. I usually have the dates besides everything, so that way it helps me know when I get paid, when I have to make a payment, and all of that. So yeah, these are approximately how much I get paid, and this is getting help with a program to help pay my health insurance. So that's the premium, and that's the amount that I receive every every month. This is every month. And yeah, so I for my side work, this is my corporate job, my paychecks for my corporate job after taxes. And this, sometimes I do side hustles, which I had stopped because of the accident, and I just wasn't feeling motivated. And then my car messed up. It's still messed up, but I'm still going to be trying to do Amazon Flex. Probably not DoorDash because it's been really hard to do DoorDash. There hasn't been really any DoorDash available, so I kind of stopped that. But Amazon Flex, I do plan to continue that to bring in a little more income to hopefully be able to pay off these debts quick. Yeah, so here I have my fixed expenses, and here I have everything written down and the amounts, which, as you can see, I have Affirm, I have Klarna, and that's something that I don't want to have. If I can't afford it, I don't want to buy it. I want to be able to pay it in full and not use any of these pay in 4 apps. And yeah, so down here, these are just other expenses that I spend. And yeah, I'll just put the names of the expenses in these boxes, and on which day, the amount, and then the amount that I spend for gas. And then I have this little sheet right here, this section. So if I pay a bill, I put the name of the bill, the confirmation number, and then it'll show paid. So for the Amazon and DoorDash and Instacart, I have this other section here. So these amounts, I put in the amounts that I make for the days that I do it, and then it'll show up over here. So it'll add to my income for the month, which is pretty cool. I got this idea from just watching all these videos on YouTube and everything on TikTok. So yeah. And yeah, so this other section, this that I have here is other debt that I owe. So that's why I say I owe about $40,000, because I owe this $38,000 down here. Plus I owe Earning, Dave, Money App, Grant, Credit Genie, Clio, Moneyline, Empower. So I'm stuck on this like journey that I'm always paying them, and it's just so annoying. So yeah, here I put the amount that I owe them whenever I have to pay them back, and then for the amount borrowed, that's the amount that they borrow me. But I'm hoping to pay these off quick. If right here, these black spaces that you see here, those are the ones that I already paid off. I had other ones like Possible. What else did I have? Float Me. Just a lot of other ones, and so I just finally paying them off slowly. And so down here, I have the order of how I want to pay them off. So I have Grant that I want to pay off, because this is kind of like the interest rate that I'm kind of paying them for using those. So Grant, which is the highest, so I'm trying to pay that one. That one's going to be next. I have that in yellow because I'm paying that one this month. And then Dave, that one's really high. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pay that one back quick, because that one I owe. I think it's 600, either 500 or 600 that I owe them. So that will really affect me with my payments if I were to pay them all back, unless I do a lot of Amazon this month. So then Clio 48%. I'm sorry, Empower 48%, Clio 14%, and then these last 4, those are the ones I'm going to focus on paying late. So those I have no hurry paying these back, because they don't really charge me interest, because every time that I borrow, I just do the standard delivery, so that way I don't have to pay any fees. So yeah, this is my debt journey. If you guys want to follow along, please be sure to subscribe, leave me a comment, any feedback, anything that you think that will help me, or if you have any questions, or if I can help you, let me know. Leave that in the comments. Just be sure to subscribe. I'm going to be trying to upload every week, and I want to be debt free. I probably won't. Hopefully, I can get debt free by next year, but we'll see. So for this year, I have paid over $7,000, so which is really good. I started January with owing $45,000, and I'm down to $38,000. well, technically 40 because of all these other payday loans that I owe, but um, I'm improving. So here, this score that you see on here, that's my credit score. I try the Experian app because it gives you access to all three, but yeah, they charge to use that, so I just had the free trial, and this is the last time I checked with them what my scores were. But using Credit Karma, it only gives me Equifax and TransUnion, and I write that down. So I've been seeing that improve. So since like January, I've gone up since low 600s to 685 for Equifax and 649 for TransUnion. So it's going up. So I like that. I update this at the end of the month, so that way I can see my progress. Same with this section, the current debt amount. After I make this payment, the minimum payment, or if I make more, I'll also update the current debt amount, so that way I can see the comparison. But yeah, so next week I'll go ahead and do an update of what I spent and reply to any questions or comments you guys leave me, and we'll go from there. Thank you all, and just know that you guys are not alone. So I made bad decisions, and that's why I'm in this debt. But I hope to get out of it soon. Thank you all.